Standings.
Yes. Yes. Hello and welcome to Fantasy Football Fiesta, the best fantasy football podcast on earth with the word fiesta in the title. I am your host, Tarnell Mims. You can reach me at a bowl of Tarnell. Never mind the lower third there for those listening on YouTube. That's an old Twitter handle. Also reach me on Instagram at a bowl of Tarnell. Everywhere is a bowl of Tarnell. We do this every Tuesday. We talk fantasy football, and we do it like no other. I have two co-hosts with me. I don't do this by myself. Co-host number one, Aaron, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
What's up, everybody? This is Aaron Dion. You can find me on the Twitter at @AbolaofAaron, talking shit about the ESPN Fantasy app, talking shit about Bears fans, and just generally talking shit. So you can hit me up there, follow me there. I don't know if you mentioned it, but we are live on our website at fantasyfootballfiesta.com. Everybody needs to go there, give us hits, give us money, do all that awesome shit. Pour a drink and let's sit back and do this.
All right. And co-host number two, introduce yourself to the world.
To the world. Hey, everybody. Jason here. You're a local Charger fan, dominating. Thank God.
Hey, yo, last week you said you weren't a Charger fan no more.
I love them.
Oh, we're back.
I hate you.
Oh, well, that's always been the same.
You can find me in the Twitter. It's at SDChargerFN96. One of the best years ever. You can pound us at the FF Fiesta. And check us out live. We're here to dominate. Fiesta!
All right. Just so you know, this isn't the typical podcast where we just sit here and we're just straight talk. We like to drink as we talk fantasy football. And
we talk and we drink.
Yes, as we do it. So go ahead and choose a team to drink with. Team Jason, Team Tarnell, or Team Aaron.
We've been a little lax with the penalty shots. However, I'm low on booze, so maybe we can't do the penalty shots this week. But we do an intro shot. Let's do this shit.
Let's do it. There it is, my Green Bay shot glass. Boom.
Yum. I'm pretty sure that's the last bottle of Fireball I will ever be buying. Goddamn.
I don't know how you do that.
It's too thick. I don't like it.
That's what she said, not that second part.
Hey!
Bam!
Oh. Coming out, firing.
Yeah. No, I'm not good on Fireball. That's why I just took my tequila and that's it.
Hardcore. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get me a bottle of the tequila here too, because God, that Fireball's gross.
My wine. All right, so week 2 happened. I'm fully convinced.
Week 2 did happen.
Yeah, I'm fully convinced that there's this parity in the league. I don't know if there's going to be any one runaway dominant team. I think it'll be one of those years where anybody can get got. You may have one or two 13-3 teams, and most people are going to be fighting like 12-4, 11-5, 10-6. It's going to be a lot of parity in the league. I mean, it always shakes itself out, but no one's guaranteeing to get a win against anybody this year.
I would tend to agree, but yeah, the Patriots right now, I'm scared because they're still getting wins without Brady and now without Garapicino or whatever his name is.
Well, at the same time, okay, the first win I will
no Gronk.
The first win I will give it to you because
that was a good defense.
That was in Arizona. Against Miami.
Against a team that was in the NFC title game. That was a big win for the Patriots.
Right. Against the Dolphins.
Yeah, not good. But
Dolphins at home or whatever. Like, yeah, sure, you won. But, I mean, damn.
Yeah, win's a win. And if you're getting it without Tom Brady and Gronk, you're doing all right. Because those guys come back and they're back up on another level. So, worried about those guys.
Yeah, but they still hate your fantasy team. So
they definitely hate your fantasy team.
I picked up Gronk, and now we just got to have him wait till he gets healthy, which sucks ass. But, whatever. because I have Gronk. I don't know if I have Gronk in both leagues. No, I have Gronk in my other league. So I'm right now running with Jared Cook. But yeah, so
which should be all right, but it's not panning out as well as we thought so far.
Yeah, I think that's a few teams got to like give it 3 weeks for it to shake out for some of your draft picks to actually work out. I think Packers need a couple weeks. I think Seattle. I don't know. I'm nervous about all those
happened
things.
in Seattle?
12 points last week, 3 points this week, 15 points in 2 weeks. I mean, I know. I expect way more than that. That's abysmal. That's just disappointing. That's horrible. That's horrible.
Just like every other team, they have a bunch of injuries. I know that Wilson's hurt. I know fucking Baldwin's hurt. So, they might not be scoring because of that, but they should be scoring more than 3 points for sure.
I mean, the 49ers put up damn near 30 points on these guys just a week before.
Yeah. So,
and if you want to be considered to lead in the league, you got to put up more than 3 points. I don't care who your opponent is.
Right, exactly. That's part of my issue is I don't know what they're because this week they're going against the 49ers, and I feel like the 49ers going to Seattle and take that win.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it. That's going to be they're almost going to race to see who can lose harder.
Right. But yeah, so in our league, let's see. Did we all win our games? I'm looking at this right here.
Switching over to, I don't think Toad won.
I lost.
I think Toad.
I got mad.
Yeah, Antonio Brown didn't show up, and Toad. As Antonio Brown goes, so goes the Toad.
Yeah, I mean, I love my team, but nobody showed up. It was terrible, except for Gordon.
No, I wouldn't say nobody. Melvin Gordon was the only person that showed up.
Yeah. And if I have Matty
nobody on the bench.
I mean, yeah.
You pretty much put out the best team that you possibly could, outside of maybe your
Corey Coleman. I could put in.
Well, it was Corey Coleman. Yeah. Still, I don't know if they get you the win though.
It wouldn't. No, it's one of those weeks. I'll lose a game or two. It's okay.
Yeah. And hey, if there's going to be a game that your players shit the bed, they might as well all do it at once.
Right.
And early. I'm fine with
that. And hard. Yeah, I took another win, courtesy of last year's. I don't know if anybody's been following us since last year. We had the guy that took Andrew Luck first overall and proceeded to go 1-12, 1-13. I don't know. He basically got a win at the end.
Yeah, one win at the end. And he shit the bed the entire last season. Had no kind of everywhere. He took Luck, and then I just fucked him over for all of his other positions at wide receiver and running back. So he never really won anything. And yeah, you beat him pretty good.
Yeah, even with my complete boneheaded move at the flex position that we'll get into, because I want to chat about that one a little bit. Yeah, took the win, 2-0. Finally on the rebound from last year's abysmal performance. I'm still a little weak at running back. I'm looking at the waiver wire for running backs. I'm looking for trades. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good about my team.
Yeah, I did all right. I mean, I won. I won by like almost 30, so I'm good.
Yeah, that's generally good.
Yeah, I mean, I put the best team I possibly could out there with what I had, so I have zero regrets. There was no.
Well, do you want to get into my flex decision I was facing last week? It's kind of hard to do it after the fact when we got all the data. Before going into it, it makes a lot more sense. But do you want to go into that now, or are we waiting on that?
Yeah, let's go into our league.
All right, so here's what I was looking at. I am real heavy at wide receiver, so I'm starting in my wide receiver position, Julio Jones and Larry Fitzgerald, because they went off last week, and I consider them my 1 and 2. I also have Demaryius Thomas. Demaryius Thomas had an injury going into this game. He was a game time decision, and I got the alert about, an hour before game time that he was going to go. So I'm deciding between Demaryius Thomas and my flex, who I'm kind of considering to be on a limited snap count or at least kind of limited operation just because of the injury. So that's kind of my thought process going into that. So I'm looking at my other receivers, and I got Muhammad and I got Michael Crabtree, who both had good weeks the week before. And choosing Mohamed Sanu because going against the Oakland defense the week before, the team that played them, was it the Saints?
Yeah,
I think it was the Saints.
Yes, it was.
You gotta take that with a grain of salt because Drew Brees. But they had 2 players with over 100 yards and with multiple touchdowns. So I'm thinking, because I got Julio Jones playing Mohamed Sanu, that's kind of a weird play. So I was leaning towards that. I ended up going that route, which was no good. I got Michael Crabtree, who had a ton of targets the week before. And then I got Demaryius Thomas nursing the injury. And as it turns out, I took Toad's advice and also took Tyrell Williams, the wide receiver from San Diego. He's great on my bench, and we'll see how that goes. But I want to chat about that decision a little bit because I'm playing Mohamed Sanu with Julio Jones going in my lineup. I got Michael Crabtree as an option with Derek Carr on my opponent's starting lineup. So any points for Crabtree is basically just negating points for Carr. And then I got Demaryius Thomas, who is the number 1 wide receiver, but with an iffy quarterback coming off a pretty weak game and nursing an injury. That around, see what you guys thought about my decision-making process, what I didn't think of, what people in a similar situation should kind of think of, and
I guess for me, I would have picked Sanu just because I don't really trust. I'm not big on Matty Ice, so I don't know how Matt Ryan. I don't know. Like I didn't expect them to put up 35 points. I didn't really look at the game to see how they put up the 35 points, but I wouldn't have expected much out of Sanu. My guess on that one, if I would have looked, I would have probably went Crabtree or Williams. I mean, I know hindsight's 20/20, but most likely my choice would have been Crabtree. That's the way I would have went.
I was leaning like that for a minute, but the fact that he had Carr as his quarterback kind of scared me off that one a little bit because I was thinking.
Wait. Explain that because that doesn't make any sense.
Well, yes and no. So essentially my decision-making process boiled down to what if Carr has a bad game and Crabtree does nothing. Like I got a higher ceiling with one of the other guys because if Crabtree does nothing but one of the other guys goes off, I've got Carr who's not getting the points, from hitting Crabtree. In theory, obviously there's other players, but now I'm getting the points out of either Thomas or Sanu. And I didn't even really think about Tyrell Williams. I just kind of had him stashed. So as I'm doing my decision making, I'm thinking about the other 2.
Yeah, hindsight.
That's kind of why I am. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, I should have gone with it, and obviously. But Sanu the week before had like 5 catches. He had 5 catches for 80 yards and a touchdown, and that's with Julio Jones also getting a touchdown. So I'm thinking Matty Ice is spreading the ball around. Crabtree's getting his looks, but who really knows? And any touchdown that he gets is just a touchdown for Carr anyway. So at best, I'm just for any touchdowns there. That's what I was thinking about. Obviously, it was wrong. What do you think, Jason?
I would stay away from Sanu. I've never been high on Sanu. I think Crabtree got a lot of targets last year, same quarterback. So I do like the Crabtree play. I know all about the Chargers, so I know Tyrell Williams is a really talented, big receiver. And I know he's going to be able to get his points. Every week he'll get his points. But for somebody who doesn't know about, our receivers, our second and third string receivers, Crabtree's not a bad pick. Week for week, I would choose him over Sanu any day. I would really start questioning Demaryius Thomas on a week-by-week basis. I'd maybe even consider trading him on a high week just because you just don't know where your quarterback's going, how good he's going to be. And so if I were you have Julio, and I would probably go Julio, Tyrell, Crabtree.
I got Fitzgerald too.
And okay, so
so I got Julio and Fitzgerald in my starting positions. I was really just looking at
Hold on. You sounded horrible right there. Say that again.
Me?
Yeah, you broke up right there.
So I've got Larry Fitzgerald and Julio Jones in my starting spot. So until further notice, those guys are my 1 and 2.
And so you put one of those others in the flex?
Yeah.
You have no running backs to put in the flex?
Yeah, because running back, like I said, I'm weak. I got Jamal Charles, who wasn't playing, and then I've got Carlos Hyde and Kristen Michael at running back. So I was – and Jay Ajayi, who I don't even know if is going to be on the team for much longer.
You're real crackly, Aaron. I don't know if you –
Yeah.
But
I don't know what to tell you. I'm hardwired and all that, so it is what it is.
I would look at Crabtree or Williams, and I would look at their matchup. Like this week, I don't know who the Raiders play, but we play a depleted Colts defense.
I really like the listen, even when the Colts were rocking, Chargers for some reason had the Colts number, whether it be here or there. And you know,
regular season, yeah.
Right. So I mean, postseason, regular season, Indy, SD, Chargers seem to take them. So I'd be high on Williams. I would have picked Williams this week just because who would have saw Danny Woodhead go out for the season? So I figured he would have gotten a lot of the attention. Now with him going down, of course, obviously Tyrell Williams is like the obvious, an obvious pickup. But prior to that, he would have been an afterthought for me too, or someone I would have said, let me flip a coin and take a chance on. But I don't know if that I necessarily would have been like, yay, big on Tyrell Williams. Now, of course, it's the straightforward. Of course, you throw him into the mix because Rivers is going to be throwing and he's out of options. So it's either Gates or Williams. So that's where we're at right now. As far as the Chargers go. And
they got Benjamin too. Benjamin showed up in a big way.
Yeah.
And while we're on the Chargers, what do we think of the Dexter McCluster pickup? How fantasy relevant does he become?
I think he might actually become very fantasy relevant. I think he might. Dexter McCluster might. I don't know. I feel like he might be worthy of a spot. I think he'll be worthy of a good flex spot, or at least a bye week change. I think he's worth looking at. Resident Charger fan, what do you say?
It's pretty late. The only good thing I would say is he played for Tennessee last year, and Ken Wisenhunt was the OC in Tennessee, so he knows the system. So that's a plus. I just do not see him being a Danny Woodhead impact type player. So I would probably stay away from him. I think there's other running backs you pick up on the waiver wire that would be better off. With all these injuries, like McKinnon.
Yeah, I don't know if you've looked at the waiver wire here recently.
Yeah.
It's slim,
we can go over that too, but I would probably stay away from the cluster, and I'm the Charger fan here, so.
And that's saying something, folks.
Good advice.
Yeah, let's see here. Well, yeah, okay. So for my team, this is the only thing is that I'm worried about with my team, and let me get over there to them.
Let's see. While you're doing that, I do want to say that Demaryius Thomas is still, a beast wide receiver. So the only reason I was really even entertaining the other two is because he was a game-time injury decision. So even though he was active, I kind of think he's probably out there more as a decoy than for any real game action. He put up some points, but he didn't go off by any stretch.
Yeah, see, this is where I'm at, because I have issues at running back too. And no one really performed this week at running back. Luckily, I had, enough from my QB and wide receivers. Rawls isn't doing anything. Jennings isn't. Justin Forsett isn't doing much. And I grabbed Jalen Richard just in case he did do something else this week, but he's gone back to kind of, the change of pace back. So I don't know. It's really – running back is a thin spot this year. I got to say. It's a really thin spot.
It's hard. I mean, it's thin in the draft. So once you get past the draft, it's pretty slim pickings.
Yeah.
Get to that later. You tell me to shut up so we can hold on it. But I'm looking through the waiver wire just as the games were going on for running backs.
Wait, you're looking at the...
Am I still breaking up?
Wait. Yeah. So, yeah, you're for some reason I don't know what's going on with your setup there, but it's almost like I don't know if it's like static, but something's not. I don't know if your mic's weird or what.
I don't know. Let me try resetting here. You guys take it over.
All right.
So we kind of go through the free agent wire.
Yeah. Go through waiver wire real quick.
I think Aaron was talking about Fozzie Whitaker. I think Fozzie Whitaker could be a good pick. Jonathan Stewart's hurt. Adrian Peterson's hurt. So McKinnon or Asiata are good picks.
McKinnon and Asiata. The only thing you have to just be aware with McKinnon and Asiata is last year they was running back by committee and they split carries, and they're going to do it again. I don't see any reason for them to change unless one of the two of them becomes really explosive. I'm pretty sure those two will those two are going to split carries again. So just be prepared for that and know that one of them may score while the other one not, and it's kind of a coin flip.
Right. I read something this morning about the two of those. And McKinnon, you're right, they do split carries. But when it actually comes to the red zone, Asiata has scored like 10 touchdowns, where McKinnon scored, I think, 1 touchdown. So they're going to get – I think McKinnon might get a little bit more yards. They're going to get about equal carries. But if you want fantasy football, obviously, we're looking at red zone and touchdowns. Asiata is probably the pick if you're going to choose one of the two.
All right.
Can you guys hear me okay now? I was saying, am I better? Am I?
Still the same. A little crackly.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Why don't you reset it or unplug it and plug it back in?
Let me just hit it on the side.
What other running backs are out there?
I don't know, Tevin Coleman, Charles Sims.
What's up with Charles Sims? Everyone's raving about this guy for Tampa Bay.
But I don't know what he's done yet though. Let's see.
Yeah. Everyone's like, projection wise, they're thinking that he's going to take over, pretty much for what's his name out in Tampa Bay.
Doug Martin.
Yeah, Doug Martin. Yeah.
Well, he did. Okay, he left. Well, Doug. See, I didn't catch all the games because I was working. So Doug left. With his hamstring was kind of bothering him. So he came in, and I guess he. Let's see who are they going against this week? Hold on, let me look at this. I think everyone thinks he's going to blow up this for whoever they're playing against, but I don't know. I'm not sure who the Bucs. Oh wait, I remember who the Bucs are playing. Playing at the. Why do they think they're going to blow up? No, wait. That's. Hold on. Sorry,
Let me see here. There was a bunch of other running backs, not a bunch, but a few other running backs that I think that could be relevant for the next couple weeks here. I was looking at Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson seems like he's snaking some touchdowns too. You got.
Oh, why are we talking about Chris Johnson?
He's your boy.
Rams at Buccaneers. So they think he'll get some touchdowns against the Rams. I don't know. Rams D is okay. Well, 49ers went up on him though.
The thing about the Rams defense is they lost a bunch of guys in the secondary. Their front set is one of the best ever.
Right,
Not
exactly.
best ever. Let me dial that back. One of the best in the league right now. But in comparison to years before, they don't have the linebacking and secondary core that they used to, so they've taken a hit.
Yeah.
That being said, I got them on my fantasy team. I tried to be cute, and I should have just left well enough alone because they did just fine.
Yeah. You should know better than try and be cute, Aaron.
That's true. I even came on here and railed about it, but I went and tried to make changes. I took the Rams out. I took Demaryius Thomas out, and should have just left that shit alone.
You're so retarded. Tevin Coleman, man.
Yeah, that's Drake. Another committee, You don't want to be.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
it's hard to avoid a committee, though. I mean, you really got to dig to find a 3-down back in the league now.
Yeah, they almost.
It's not when you drafted him in the first or the second round.
Yeah, most of them are gone. There's really not many running backs unless you start looking for some deep stuff. Like you start fishing for stuff like I did last year with Jalen Richard. Oh, that last week with Jalen Richard. I'm still kind of thinking he's gonna at some point bust out because he was pretty damn explosive that game against the Saints. He was really fast. He was really faster than everybody else on the field. So I couldn't imagine that the Raiders would just sit there and just stash him in the back and never use him again.
Who are we supposed to look at with Kansas City? Is that another committee with Ware and Charkandrick?
Yeah, I would say so. Well, it looks right now. It looks like Ware is kind of getting the bulk of it, though, right?
Yeah, but then Charkandrick.
And Jamal Charles should be back this week.
You think so?
He should be. I mean, he's on my bench right now, so I've been keeping an eye on him. He's supposed to be back. But even when he does come back, I expect him to be in a more limited role and splitting carries with Ware. Because I don't see why wouldn't you? Ware's been doing just fine. Why would you completely relegate him to bench duty?
I think a lot of fantasy teams are going to start going like you are with your flex to the receiver more than the running back, just because there's so many committees out there. You just can't trust solid points from a running back in your flex position.
You really can't. You can't. The league is really flip-flopped the way fantasy football has been looked at. You know, before everyone was remember, hey, the golden rule was stay heavy on your running backs. You know, focus on those running backs. You know, when you draft 1-2 running backs, and then, you know, maybe then you go wide receiver, and then fourth get your backup running back, and, you know, just running back. Now it's like,
yeah, it's not the case anymore.
I got him, but meh.
Yeah, I think last year was the real tipping point for that. We talked about it, I think, in our first podcast we did this year, that even the top running backs that went in last year's draft, none of them finished in the top spots when the year was over. We had guys coming off the waiver wire, like Devontae Freeman, that was, you know, in that spot.
That just blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah, and, you know, we're all looking for that guy. So who's that guy going to be this year?
You know what?
I don't think we know yet.
I think it's too hard to tell. And I think because of all the parity league, you probably won't notice that till like week 6. I mean, you're not going to really be able to trace a pattern to like week 5 or 6 with the running backs, because it's you know, almost everyone's a committee, and you also got to think about attrition too. Someone may come out of nowhere because someone else gets hurt, and all of a sudden they'll be the guy to go to.
Yeah, well, hopefully that guy ends up on my team this week. Let's just say that.
I have 4 fantasy leagues, and all my flexes are receivers. It's crazy.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's almost like if you're playing a running back in your flex position, you screwed up.
You just can't get. You want to be guaranteed 10 to 15 points at least, and you can't even guarantee that with a running back.
Yeah. All right.
Yes,
So let's go to this real quick. Who do we want to? Well, let's go on burrito, stale chips, and taco. So burrito goes to your top, or the person your best fantasy player that you think of. Maybe it's based off of points. Maybe it's just based off of you weren't expecting much out of them, and they paid off. It was a deep sleeper. Stale chips, person who shit the bed, and the taco goes to the best person on your bench.
Word. All right.
We're fiesting up. So I go. Who wants to go first? You want me to go first, or what's up?
Sure. Start off first.
All right. So the burrito goes.
Wait, what kind of burrito are we doing? We have been lax in our burrito selection. Are we just starting straight carne asada to start it off pretty?
Yeah, we're going basic.
But
Nice carne asada. Guac, pico, that kind of burrito. Cam Newton.
That guy's going to be burrito heavy this year.
Yeah, he is. I'm so glad I picked him up. I can't believe you let me grab that.
Did you just go white girl on us?
What?
Did you just go white girl on us? So glad I picked him up.
Maybe.
Oh my God, I can't believe it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Cam Newton's on my fantasy.
I got you guys. So psyched.
I can't even.
I can't even with you. Yeah. So Cam, he tore it up. He had 37 points, more than half the points of my opponent. So that he kicked ass there. Let's see. My stale chips. Actually, I think I have to give that to. Let me look at that. I think it'd be Eric Ebron. But let me double check that.
No one's even heard of that guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Eric Ebron. He's the tight end for the Lions.
Okay.
Yeah, I needed somebody.
Chips.
Well,
he needs to get used to his chips.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to get him. Let me just double check in here. God, I hate this laptop so slow.
God.
Oh no. Yep, it was Eric Ebron. No. Fuck that. Thomas Rawls, 1.6. Seattle. You get the Seattle. You get the stale ass chips.
Share with the whole goddamn offense.
Yeah.
Send some to Jimmy Graham too. He still is owed some from last year. However, Jimmy Graham is now in Aaron's dump, so we can get to that in that segment.
Yeah, we're going to go to that next. Blake Bortles got the most points in my bench, although I wouldn't have put him in because
Playing against that dude.
Yeah, because that and I had Cam going, so there's no point.
You're not. In fact, you should be trying to trade Bortles here shortly.
Yeah, maybe, but I mean that might be a sweet thing on the bye week, and just in case Cam gets hurt, because I'm afraid of that. Also, I mean, if I have Bortles, that means one of you other fucks don't have him. So
I think I'm good. Well, maybe not. We'll get to that.
Strategery. All right, who's next?
I'll go. So this guy actually was due a burrito last week, but just because of my emotional investment and the way games shook out, I gave it to somebody else last week. So Larry Fitzgerald, not the top performer on my team, but the top performer in my heart. That guy is just still a beast at like 75 years old.
In my heart.
Yep. So I've avoided him on fantasy teams for so long, thinking, oh, this guy's old, but fuck it. I just steer into it, and Larry Fitzgerald, with your diving catches and your great hands and your attractive face, you get it. On the burrito.
With your tight buns and your great hands.
He's not a tight end. That's Delaney Walker. But ironically, or coincidentally, they tied in our league, 15.2 points apiece. But Larry Fitzgerald, enjoy your burrito, homie. You earned it. Stale chips, I'm going a little bit off the reservation here. My stale chips are going to Blaine Gabbert, who is not on my team, but fuck that guy for taking the goal line carry away from Carlos Hyde and leaving Carlos Hyde with 2.6 points in my active lineup. So you can eat a pile of stale chips with a fat dick on top of them, Blaine Gabbert. And Taco. The Taco's going to Tyrell Williams. He's my top performer on the bench. That guy came basically out of nowhere, and I think he is going to be good on my team for a while. Moving forward, the carne asada Taco. Tyrell Williams, wide receiver, San Diego Chargers. Not as attractive as Larry Fitzgerald, but still a good wide receiver.
Tight end.
Oh, man. Jason.
All right. So my awesome California burrito is going to
give out different burritos. Fuck you.
Oh yeah. Well, this guy lives in San Diego, plays for San Diego, so he can get whatever the hell he wants. Just go over to the Lolitas and be good. Melvin Gordon, 19.6 points, 102 and a touch. This guy is going to be a little beast. I think he's going to score a touchdown probably every game.
Hey, he's no Eric Decker. Take it easy.
So the burrito goes to Melvin. And he's probably going to get fed a couple more burritos here in the season. Now, my stale chips, you motherfucker. Antonio Brown, he just shit the bed. 3.8 points, which isn't the worst, but for him, it's the worst that could ever fucking happen.
But hey, at least when he does score, he'll twerk for you.
There you go.
Speaking of tight end, get after it.
I like the twerk. But he's going to probably go off this next week for like 30 points because he's pissed at the world. But he's going to have some stale chips.
Hey, it's not like the world was dropping passes. Come on. Stop thinking it's the wrong place.
And some good carne asada tacos. It goes to Corey Coleman, 23 points, wide receiver for Cleveland. That guy is going to go to my starting lineup next week, and hopefully he'll do the same.
Tread lightly because McCoy, whatever the fuck that guy's name is, McCown is not. Yeah, he's not going to be playing. I don't think so.
No,
they signed a rookie that had eyes this big when he thought he was about to go into the game. He's like, third string. So they start the guy with they keep the guy with the broken arm going just so you don't got to get in.
I will, but there's always one Cleveland receiver, Josh Gordon or Travis Benjamin, who goes off for Cleveland. I think Corey Coleman's gonna be that one receiver.
They signed Charlie Whitehurst, so he.
There. Well, I'm definitely
made everything. Bringing it to Cleveland. Look out, LeBron! There's a new hero in town.
Yeah. There you go. All right, so let's roll our.
Yo, I got one more.
Fuck.
This is honorable mention. This is actually, I need to go to this motherfucker's house and pick up a burrito. Jameis Winston, -3 points. I don't care if it's on my bench. You're on my team, and that's fucking embarrassing, bro.
Yeah, well, that is Tampa Bay.
4 interceptions.
Ooh.
4 interceptions. negative 3 points, and that motherfucker owes me a carne asada burrito. Negative 3.
Maybe.
That's bad.
That's right.
It would have been better to start nobody than start you this week, and for that you owe me a burrito.
All right, so what's up with Aaron's dumps?
Aaron's dumps. We need a good drop for this. Do you have the flesh sound ready?
Oh man, I don't have that. I don't have the flesh
next
sound.
time we'll get the drop going. So
Yeah.
Aaron's dumps. The concept of this segment is based on the fact that if I drop a guy, that guy is fucking guaranteed to blow the fuck up. I've dropped guys like Devontae Freeman last year. A year or two before that was Doug Martin. I'll give them a couple of weeks. They don't do shit. I drop them, and they will blow the fuck up. So anybody that I drop is a must-own in all formats. And I got 2 already this week. And one guy took absolutely 0 time in scoring a touchdown. So the first one, Devin Funchess, wide receiver for the Panthers, was dumped from my team and immediately scored a touchdown. It took him all of, 30 seconds to go out and score after I dropped him. So everybody look for Devin Funchess in this league based on the fact that I dropped him. He will blow the fuck up for you. And the other one that I have dropped is Jimmy Graham. I needed to make some room on my roster, and that guy had to go. I gave him a chance this year, just hoping he could make up for the abysmal performance in torpedoing my team last year. Didn't work. He still sucks in Seattle, so I'm calling him a must-own in all formats just based on the fact I dropped him, but I'd tread lightly starting in that one. Devin Funchess, though, that guy is the next superstar in the league.
Just because you dropped him, that's the only reason.
That's it.
Yeah.
I dropped him. He scored a touchdown. Fucking science is clear.
But I will say, I don't know if I believe in the Jimmy Graham and the Seattle thing, though. I'm kind of doubting that one.
I'm kind of doubting it, too, but history shows that I drop him, and he's going to blow up. So pick that guy up and start him in your bye week, and he's going to blow up.
All right, I have not dropped anyone significant, so I don't have any dumps.
Well, I wouldn't say either of those guys were significant, but they're no longer on my team anymore, which means they will score points for yours.
That's good. I'm thinking this year, I'm trying to think of a good prediction, because last year I had the fact that Andrew Luck wasn't going to be top 5.
Which was good.
And he wasn't. Yeah.
He wasn't top anything.
What?
I mean, if he got 6, that pick wouldn't have been as impressive, even though technically you still would have been right. But everybody was high on that guy to the point that somebody took him first overall in our league, and it did not work out so good. So
no, he even got beat up by some running backs.
Yeah, you were right, and you were right hard.
Yeah. I was like, that shit is not going to work this year. And now that team just seems to be in disarray.
I think their offense is still good. So, but they're playing a good defense this week. But like I said, I think Andrew Luck's the new Dan Marino. He's got talent around him. He's making a ton of money, but their defense is just not getting any attention. And they're all injured. Like their whole secondary, they're basically going to the mall and just they got a sign saying looking for defensive backs.
Yeah,
so if you live in Indy, call them up because they could probably use you.
Oops, okay. Hey guys, I got a tweet. You guys want to hear a tweet?
Yeah, let's get this tweet going. What's up?
All right, so we got a tweet to our FF Fiesta saying from Todd598. Thanks a lot, Todd. It says, does the Toad ever give any real fantasy advice or just knock back his Jack and Cokes? Chargers suck. Well, fuck you, Todd598. You must be a Raider fan because obviously you don't like my Chargers advice when they dominate on all the fantasy football leagues.
Yeah, but your advice last week was fuck the Chargers, fuck football, fuck everything. Everything sucks. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home.
My scars are clean. I'm ready to go. That's the two teams that came out. I bought all new jerseys. I burned the last ones. I got new ones. Let's go.
That's
Why aren't you wearing one?
It's on order. It's coming.
Oh, it's on the way. Coming from North Korea.
It's the same with your Padre hat. It's coming.
Oh, the Padre hat's right over there.
All right. Well, thanks, Top 598.
Yeah, Top 598. I like your style. I'm just going to go on record to say that. I think you're right. Toad's a bit of an idiot, and we all kind of hate him. So, welcome to the Fiesta 598.
Yep, take a drink. Take a drink, my friend. I think I'm going to take another shot. Why not?
There we go.
Now we're talking. Bring in the Fiesta. Charnel taking a shot of tequila for no reason.
Everyone say hi to Little Toad.
Woo! Woo!
What's happening?
What's happening? Everybody's playing on the Chargers over there again, huh?
What was that?
I don't speak Canadian, so I don't know what he said.
Oh, that hurts my feelings. Bringing race into it.
What is up, Chris?
What's up, Black? I mean, Tarnell.
Speaking of bringing race into it.
Yeah, right?
Everybody find him at tinylittlejapaneseguy.com.
Tarnell and I, we play each other in the league.
Yeah, I'm going to get to you this week.
Constructions.
Yep.
Yeah. So you're about to be 0-2 or whatever your record is right now.
I am 1-1, sir.
So then 1-2. That's fine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'm thinking this week, if you have the Texans D, I say play them.
They're playing Green Bay?
No. They're playing at the Patriots. But I feel like this game might be the game that the Texans take the Patriots.
Where's it at?
It's in New England, but they're down to the third string QB. So
what's that guy's name anyway?
I don't even know if they know who that QB is.
I don't either. That's why.
I just read something. They're like trying to tell Garoppolo or whatever his name is to be the active quarterback, and he's like, "No, I can't because my vagina hurts." They're trying to convince him to be the active.
I need to rub my quarterback. I can't.
Jacoby Brisket. He's the Jacoby Brisket.
Brisket.
Yeah, let's go with Brisket.
They got some barbecue going there. What's going on?
Apparently, ask JJ Watt. I bet you he thinks he's fresh meat.
Oh yeah.
Get it? Do you see what I did there? That was a pun. That's funny. Yeah, where's your rim shot? Come on, producer. We need you on the sound effects here.
I forgot to reload that app because that app was being weird before, so I got to reload that app to get the sound effects going. I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Damn it.
That'll happen at some point.
One of these days.
Ho hum. But yeah. All right, Chris. Who you liking in fantasy this year?
Besides my team.
Yeah, what fantasy stuff you got going on?
Well, I'm in a few leagues. I really like the wide receiver out in the New York Giants, Sterling Shepard.
Okay.
I think he's a rising star, and obviously he's on a lot of teams. People probably drafted him. He's not available in free agency, but he's somebody. I mean, that's definitely like a flex guy. Just be starting. Another guy I really like that I have in a few leagues is Willie Snead. He didn't really get a lot of talk in the offseason, but he's blowing up in the Saints offense. He's not the number one, but he's pretty much the most targeted guy.
Right.
He's guaranteed points. So if you're weak at wide receiver, you'd probably maybe go for a trade for Shepard or Willie Snead. Those are two guys that are blowing up early, and hopefully they continue. And they're both in high-scoring offenses, so
there you go. Do you kind of see what we see as far as the running back position just being grotesquely thin and having a hard time finding a good sleeper in the as far as the RB situation goes?
It's really hard. It's really hard. I was on board with the whole Jeremy Langford thing until yesterday. I thought Jeremy Langford would be like a good sleeper candidate, but then he just kind of crapped the bed, but the whole Chicago team did. But
listen,
it was really
just so you know, Chicago is an underachieving dumpster fire. That's how they've been there for a few years. And you know what's funny? I almost considered last night the underachieving dumpster fire bowl game, but for some reason it looks like the Eagles may have found something in Carson Wentz, But it's hard to say because they played the Browns and the Bears. So
I don't know. John Gruden basically was balls deep in Carson Wentz last night. That guy,
All up in it.
He was fucking just jerking him off the whole time. That was insane. I've never seen anything like that. So if you trust John Gruden, Carson Wentz is the next coming of like fucking Joe Montana. I mean,
or he's just the next coming because how much he's jerking him off.
Maybe that. I mean, definitely John Gruden would take a shot in the mouth for that guy.
Yeah, Carson Wentz would be, if you guys are in dynasty leagues, he's a quarterback to think about picking up, keeping for next year. Or if you're
I can see
for
that.
sure. And let's be real, Carson Wentz looks fucking legit. He's in his second NFL game ever, and he's making changes at the line.
I mean,
he's poised and professional, and every Browns fan in the entire world is looking at him and just throwing up in their mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then meanwhile in LA, Jared Goff is just what?
He doesn't even know where the sun is. That fucking guy.
Yeah.
Exactly. The other guy.
Everybody has the iPad for the playbook, and he still has the Etch-a-Sketch. It really sucks.
That is 100% true.
I heard a bit back on Chicago. I heard a bit from Stephen A. Smith today or yesterday about Jay Cutler. He said he is the worst quarterback in the whole entire league. And his reasoning was, this guy's got all the talent in the world, arm strength, accuracy. He can throw the ball, but his decision-making is terrible, and he's a pussy. So when it comes down to it, you need the game winner or you need to, for fantasy football, score some touchdowns. He decides to just throw it up and hope that his receiver catches it and ends up throwing picks. He would rather have, a quarterback from whoever Cleveland is playing instead of Jay Cutler, just because you have no idea where you're going to go with Jay Cutler, and you at least have an idea of, something with another quarterback. I was thinking about it. I was like, well, I think that's pretty rough. I don't think that he's the worst quarterback, but there's some truth to it.
Listen, who else overthrows Devin Hester?
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's be fucking serious now. You have Devin Hester and you overthrow him. Like, Jay Cutler's a fucking problem, and not in a good way. Like he's.
Yeah. I mean.
He's the bad kind of problem.
Yeah,
he's saying,
that kind of problem.
why don't Chicago release him? And I was like, I agree with that.
Guaranteed money. It really boils down to guaranteed money, which is done after this year. So I'd be surprised to see Jay Cutler suit up again.
He also made a comment that he's never seen Jay Cutler smile until he signed his contract. Then the only time he's seen him smile is when he signed his contract and had a press conference. He was smiling. Other than that, he just has this retarded look like, oh no, threw the ball. He couldn't get it.
Yeah,
the best thing that
he's just not excited.
Yeah, the best thing that Josh McDaniels ever did was get rid of Jay Cutler out of Denver, and I can't thank you enough for that. Which brings me to my other point. I was talking shit about this on Twitter a little bit last night. Bears fans, I think it's time to just convert over and become Broncos fans, because you guys are basically just fucking cheering for our scout team. You got John Fox, you got Jay Cutler, you got Eddie Royal, Danny Trevathan. I know Brandon Marshall's not there anymore, but, he's leftovers left.
Everybody in Denver goes to Chicago. That's kind of weird trend.
I mean, you're cheering for our scout team, so just take the step up. The colors are practically the same. You guys got a Peyton, we got a Peyton. I mean, it's just switch on over. Come on over to Broncos country. It'll be great.
Broncos country.
Yeah, be a donkey. Fantastic.
Donkey Show is running strong, motherfucker.
You go. Yes.
Hashtag Donkey Show. Tweet me.
Tweet me.
Only in San Diego, or a little bit south.
Yeah, you think the TJ, but hey, just saying, watching that Chicago game, what a goddamn mess. And it's got to be fucking infuriating for a guy like Alshon Jeffrey, who's a goddamn star and has a quarterback that can't even hit him. Same thing in fucking Washington, where they got guys like Pierre Garçon and I'm blanking on his name now.
Kirk Cousins?
No, not the quarterback. The other
Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, he's got those two guys that are both in contract years, and they got a quarterback that can't even hit them in wide open fields. So it's got to be
contract year.
infuriating. Yeah, that's what we got. Yeah, we're about half an hour
There you
late.
go. There you go.
Oh.
That's good.
And there we are with Aaron's
Down
drop.
That's just for you existing, Aaron.
Hey,
Oh, well, that hurts my feelings.
Hey guys, I have a trade that I offered someone. Let me know what you think about it. I have I have two solid running backs. I have Melvin Gordon and David Johnson, and I also have Devontae Freeman. And I'm like in my flex. Devontae Freeman would normally go in my flex, but I just can't trust him because of Tevin Coleman. So what I did is I have a trade out there for me giving away Devontae Freeman for Alshon Jeffrey from Chicago. Do you think it's a good trade? Fair trade?
It's definitely a fair trade. I think you'd be coming up, ahead in terms of value, but it really depends where you're at with wide receiver. Because if you end up in a situation where Alshon Jeffrey is like your fourth best wide receiver, I think I'd stick with Devontae Freeman myself. Especially, as time goes on, when Tevin Coleman is the one that gets hurt, and then suddenly Devontae Freeman's having a year like last year.
Yeah. I'll let you know who my receivers are.
Yeah. Hey, also fix your camera. I'm tired of staring at that light in your ceiling.
I love you.
Just twist it between you guys when you talk or some shit.
What do you
You can look at the both of us. It's okay.
What do you guys think of running back James White of the New England Patriots? Is he going to do anything with Tom Brady?
It's your fantasy team.
Is he worth holding on, or is he someone just to pick up someone better? And
He's a guy, and I think this is kind of the case with all New England running backs, that as we get towards the end of the season, week 12, he's going to have, a 200-yard game and 3 touchdowns. And then week 13 and 14, nothing. And then week 15, he's going to do the same thing.
Right.
And it's really just
tons of inconsistency.
Yeah, and it's not so much anything against the player. It's just the way the New England schemes their running backs. So they're trying to throw something at the defense because they don't give a shit about your fantasy team. So they're trying to throw something at the defense that they weren't quite ready for. So as soon as you're like, this motherfucker, I'm putting him on the bench, that's when he's going to get the big game.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that he's replacing Deion Lewis, but he's not really replacing him in the fantasy aspect.
No,
it's the same. And LeGarrette Blount is running like fucking man possessed right now. So
right, but I mean, like you said, Bill Belichick will literally rotate running backs at the drop of a hat. Where there'll be a week where you're like, who the fuck is that? And the guy comes in. It's pretty much what what's his name did. Wasn't that with White or Gary, whatever did last year? Came in and had like 230 yards and like 4 TDs, and it was like, huh?
Yeah.
And then it's like he'll do it again. Where
and then the next thing you know, I know who you're talking about. I can't even think of his name, but I don't even think that guy's on an NFL team this year.
Right.
But they'll throw him in for the Patriots and he'll blow off, 4 touchdowns and 500 yards one week, and then they'll just send him back to selling cell phones at the booth at the mall.
That is probably the most systematic team in all of the NFL. I mean, they have so much where they just start dropping and plugging people in left and right, which screws you over fantasy-wise. But as just a pure football statement, it's really amazing to watch. Because as soon as someone gets hurt or traded, you're like, oh, fuck, there's a hole they got. And then the next week, the hole's filled, and you're scratching your head as to how they keep doing that.
So it's basically a bit of a gamble. So, you're basically
it's always a gamble.
Throwing all your chips out there on 30 and spinning the wheel, and if that hits, holy shit, you're partying tonight. And if it misses, you got, 0 points.
Right. Listen, outside of Brady and Gronk, and that's pending providing Gronk stays healthy, everyone else on a New England team is a fucking crapshoot.
That's true, because I had Martellus Bennett in a few leagues, and I benched him. Well, no, I started him last week and then benched him this week. So it's like, you can never really tell when they are going to blow up.
It's a system team.
If I would have had Bennett starting in a few of my leagues, I would have won those leagues. But
it is 100% a system team. We've contemplated what it looks like if Brady's not on that team. Like, think about, does Ryan Leaf have a career if Ryan Leaf ends up on the Patriots?
I think so. I think if we went into the alternate universe where Ryan Leaf is a Patriot in '98 or whatever, and the next draft comes around 2000, Tom Brady goes to the Browns. I think Tom Brady's selling insurance now, and Ryan Leaf.
Nothing wrong with selling insurance.
Yeah, and Ryan Leaf, we're talking about as the future Hall of Famer. That may be a little bit drastic because that guy was and is kind of fucked in the head.
Yeah, he's a head case, but
yeah, if we use somebody like Derek Carr's brother,
David Carr.
If we threw him into New England, that guy, we're talking about him as a Hall of Famer.
I mean, look who they're putting in. I don't even know where this Garoppolo guy came from.
Oh, he was a draft pick. They picked him up in the draft.
And they're going to pick up some jackass, and he's going to start next week, and they're probably still going to beat fucking Houston. I mean, it's just a system team run by really good coaching, and maybe they could have kept Ryan Leaf's head straight. Maybe they could have made him a really good quarterback. And who knows? Who knows where Tom Brady would be if he was a different team.
I feel like it's a bit of a stretch because Ryan Leaf is such an extreme.
He is.
But, if we're talking about some of the guys, we're talking about the
Mark Brunell.
Mark Brunell. We're talking about David Carr. Who was that other Cleveland? Any slew of the fucking Cleveland quarterbacks.
I can't name any of them, but yeah.
Yeah, he ended up playing
RG3, but
yeah, they ended up playing on Denver for a year or two, but I can't think of his name.
Luke McCown. The other McCown brother.
It's gonna bug me. I gotta remember his name, but
all right.
I think you put him there, and yeah, I think they're doing just fine.
Hey, Aaron, you ready for my trade? I got my receivers ready.
Sure.
Okay, so remember, it was Devontae Freeman for Alshon Jeffrey. I would have received Alshon Jeffrey from Chicago. My receivers, and this is kind of tough because I like them, but they're not producing. T.Y. Hilton, Randall Cobb. I do have Tyrell Williams. I do have Doug Baldwin, and I do have Sterling Shepard. So I have some receivers, but the two I'm starting, I feel like I should bench, and I should put in Sterling Shepard and Tyrell Williams, and maybe have Alshon Jeffrey for the flex. Because I swear to God, fucking Randall Cobb and T.Y. Hilton are donkey dick right now. They're not doing anything.
Hey.
I didn't say sucky dick. I just said they're donkey dick.
Donkey dick.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Let's not take the donkey name in vain. Given that, I would definitely consider it because I think one thing to think about is if your wide receiver position and the true number one wide receiver on the team, and it didn't really sound like you have one. Tyrell Williams could maybe become that in the absence of Keenan Allen.
Well, T.Y. Hilton should be.
Yes, but
Randall Cobb. Well, Randall Cobb's not, but T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah, Randall Cobb's not. T.Y. Hilton's kind of been a slot guy. I would say definitely keeping T.Y. Hilton and Alshon Jeffrey and Sterling Shepard sounds pretty solid. Who are your
Tyrod? What?
Who are your running backs?
I have David Johnson, Melvin Gordon, and Devontae Freeman, and I have Le'Veon Bell coming back in a couple of weeks. Yeah,
I would take the trade because you're talking about Melvin Gordon and Le'Veon Bell, and then in your flex we're talking. Assume T.Y. Hilton's doing all right. But now we got Alshon Jeffrey, who is a legit number one. And we got to imagine that there's going to be a lot of garbage time points in Chicago with as bad as they looked. So assuming he stays healthy, defenses are going to start playing him weak, and there's going to be a lot of garbage time coming out of that guy.
Tarno, what the fuck is Randall Cobb doing?
Listen, here's a problem in Green Bay. It happened we saw it last year when Nelson went out. We have the slowest receiving core in the NFL. Our guys are slow and cannot get separation. It's the most frustrating fucking thing to watch.
Should I bench him? Should I have him on the bench right now?
I would. I mean, he might get something this week against the Lions, but I would almost see it going to like Nelson and Devontae Adams before I would see it going to Cobb. But see, here's the thing: Green Bay also kind of hates your fantasy team to a degree too. Not so much as a scheme, but there's a lot of places for Aaron Rodgers to throw it out to. So that's what's going to happen. From a wide receiving and a tight end standpoint. Now, from the running back standpoint, they're pretty much going to rely heavily on Eddie Lacy. He's like one of the few every down, load carriers in the NFL where he's going to take the brunt of the load. James Starks is basically to give him a breather there and a change of pace back. But, for anything solid, you're going to want, like we said, it's Rogers, Lacey. Everyone knows that. Nelson's his favorite target. He's starting to trust Richard Rodgers, and he does trust he's getting to know Jared Cook. But for everyone else that's a wide receiver there, from Cobb down to Taylor and Montgomery and all the other people, I don't know. And Devontae Adams, because I don't know where they go. I know the number 3 receiver in that sub, Cobb, Nelson, and Adams. That's 1, 2, 3 there. I feel like he would go to Adams more than he would to Cobb. Cobb, whatever reason, wasn't hauling him in, and he's not getting separation. There's no yak. I'm all about my yak.
Adams is available in a lot of fantasy leagues, including ours, I think, and I just can't pick him up.
Where is he now?
I don't know who.
No.
Where is he? Yeah, I can't trust that motherfucker.
Yeah, me either. I drafted him as my number 1 wide receiver last year, and fucked me in the goof shoot.
No, I would not put him I would not put Adams at a number 1. He's definitely a 2 or flex. Solid flex, iffy 2. But I wouldn't put him at number 1 unless you're desperate and you don't have shit going on. Or like everyone's heavy on desperate. Or everyone's on bye week, so whatever. Because
I drafted him in like the 5th round last year because Jordy Nelson was out and everybody was high on that guy, and he did jack shit.
Because no one's got the speed, man. No one on that team on that offense has the speed. It's ridiculous. Even sitting there watching the game against the Vikings, I was watching a lot of cutbacks and like sideline to sideline stuff, and no one was really like hitting the middle and exploding and just getting finding the gap, get beyond that one blocker. Hit the second level and just be gone, and it was maddening to watch that. I don't know what the hell's going on with the run game. But go, Pat, go.
Fucking Lacey.
Yeah, okay. I think he'll be all right this year. I just think he ran into a very stout Vikings and pumped up Vikings defense. They were up for that game. So, it is what it is.
The Vikings defense is the real deal. That is a good squad.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you picked up the Vikings at all, I would suggest starting them. It was solid D the whole time. Even with the penalties they had, they were on point. It was lockdown stuff.
And as we saw yesterday, Sam Bradford greater than Aaron Rodgers.
God damn it, assholes.
There's that parody for you.
Yeah, right?
You want a parody? Boom.
Boom, I'm a recipient of it. All right. Yeah. All right, so let's go into our weekly pick'ems.
Woohoo!
This is going to be exciting because I have zero idea how I did.
Yeah.
Aaron.
I know going into this, I was 8-0. So.
Well, yeah, I have a lot of catching up to do, but I think I caught up a little bit.
We'll see.
All right, let's open this up.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I was literally zero idea either.
So, as far as the Cowboys at Redskins go, Aaron, you chose the Cowboys. Jason, you chose the Redskins. I chose the Cowboys.
Hey, that works out. How's that going, Jason?
Yeah. Bengals. Who won the game?
Cowboys, 27-23.
I ain't got to say it.
Bengals at Steelers. Me and Aaron took the Steelers. Jason, you took the Bengals.
All right.
Chiefs at Texans. We all took the Texans. We all got that right. Titans at Lions. This one blew me away. I couldn't believe they lost this. I am the only one who chose the Lions. That was so crazy that they actually let them beat them.
The score was 16-15. Who scores that?
Yeah, who ended up winning that? I legitimately don't remember.
No, they went for 2 and did not get it.
They who?
They, the Titans. They had
okay.
It was 15-10. They scored and then they went for the extra. They went for 2 and did not get it. So that's why it was 16.
Okay, so the Lions won?
The Lions lost. The Titans went.
Titans won. Who did I pick?
You picked the Titans.
Hey, sweet.
Yeah.
I legitimately didn't remember. I didn't pay shit attention to that game.
Yeah. Aaron and Jason chose the Chargers. I'm the only one that believed in the Jaguars, and that did not work out well for me. I couldn't believe they were that bad. All right, the next one, we all chose the Packers. We all lost. We all took an L on that. Oh, yeah, no, I'm sorry. After Bucks, Cardinals. Jason and me chose the Cardinals. You were a dumbass, Aaron, and chose the Bucks.
I went off script. My bad.
And then Broncos, Colts. Me and Aaron chose the Broncos. Jason, you chose the Colts. So for this week, Aaron went 6-2. I went 5-3. Jason, you went 4-4. Overall, you are 14-2. Aaron, 5-11. Jason, and I am 10-6.
This is going well.
A lot of catching up to do. That's fine.
Yeah,
I got you this week. Fucker.
All right. So this week, I went out and looked at them. I did Texans at Patriots, Lions at Packers, Broncos at Bengals, Vikings at Panthers, Niners at Seahawks, Jets at Chiefs, Chargers at Colts, Falcons at Saints.
All right. I like them. Let's start at the top.
All right. So Texans at Patriots. I will go first. I am choosing the Texans.
And
that is this Thursday game. They're on a short week.
Yeah. I am going to choose the Texans because I do not know who they're putting in New England, and I do not think they're going to win this game.
I'm going to choose the Texans because I do know who they're putting in New England, and it's Brisket.
I think it's going to be J.J. Watt because he's going to touch the ball a lot more than Brisket will.
You might be right.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Texans just because, God, how can you not?
Right. All right. Lions at Packers.
I like the Packers to come back on this one. They're going to have a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and the Lions aren't all that good.
Jason?
I am going to choose.
Hey, why do you think? Why don't you go ahead and go turn it?
Shut up. Shut up. I'm almost there.
Oh, he's getting there.
I'm
Everybody just relax.
I'm going to choose Detroit.
All right.
Matthew Stafford is going to throw some fucking yards.
All right.
Green Bay has a defense.
In Green Bay. But your brother's over there like a fucking idiot.
My bold prediction is Andrew Luck's going to be a top 5 quarterback this year.
Top 5, huh?
I told you that. Top 5 quarterback this year.
You guys don't do bold predictions week to week?
No.
Oh.
We did last year.
Yeah. Okay. Who are you choosing? Packers or the Lions?
Choosing the Packers, jackass. What are you thinking? What is wrong with you? All right. Next up.
I thought that G in the background was because you're a gangster, Tarnell.
No, that's exactly what it is.
He's because he's an owner. He's an owner.
Lest you forget, he is an NFL owner.
He is an NFL owner.
Broncos at Bengals.
Oh yeah. I'll go ahead and start.
I'm going to go ahead and pick the Broncos just because I can't not do that. So let's move on.
Come on, fucking Bengals. Win the game for me.
And Jason just lets his lead slip further, or lets his, I don't know what's the opposite of a lead, his deficit slips further and further and further.
I got to go.
Freudian slip. That was a Freudian slip. I think we're going to win this now.
I got to go Broncos on that one.
Oh, Jesus, you loser.
I'm a bit of a loser. Vikings at Panthers. I am going Panthers.
Vikings at Panthers?
Yes.
Carolina.
Oh, shit, man. I want to take the Vikings, but I don't know that I can.
Just do it.
The Panthers just put up down there 50 points. Man, so, yeah, I got to go with the Panthers.
Oh.
My long shot dark horse for this one would be the Vikings, but I can't make that my pick, man.
Pussy.
All right.
My full prediction, though, is that the Vikings win this. How about that?
49ers at Seahawks.
49ers at Seahawks? What kind of shitty game is that?
A really bad one. until the Seahawks show that they can put up a few points, I got to go with the 49ers.
Thank God. You can't change
Yeah,
it.
go ahead and take the Seahawks. Let's move on.
Seattle's like 140-0 at home, so I'll go ahead and choose the Seahawks.
Didn't they just lose like last week at home?
No, that was away.
No, the week before. The first week, they just lost. They're defeated at home this year. They have not won a game at home all year long.
Let me look. Nope, they were away last week.
What about week 1?
Week 1, they
got the win by
They won by 2 points. So,
Yeah.
like I said, 140-0. Thank you.
All right.
All right,
Seattle.
Jets at Chiefs.
Wait, who'd you choose?
Oh, I chose the 49ers.
You're an idiot.
I said that earlier. All right, Jets at Chiefs.
Jets.
Oh, this is a good one.
God, I hate the Chiefs.
I'm going to take the Jets.
Yeah. Well, I was just thinking, I don't think the Chiefs' defense is
It's not what it was, man.
Not what it was. Jamal Charles.
as what people thought they would be. I think that the Jets can overpower. I think Jets have a better defense, and I think they have a little better of an offense. So I'll pick the Jets.
All right, so you're taking Jets, and then Aaron, you said you're taking Chiefs.
No, I'm taking the Jets.
No, he said Chiefs. He said the Chiefs.
No, I didn't.
Oh. All right, damn it, we're all doing the same shit. I got Jets too.
All right.
All right, Chargers at Colts. I'm taking the Chargers on this one.
Now you're picking the Chargers.
God damn it.
It's the Colts. Like, they have their number. How do I go against that?
The Colts. Literally, the Colts are on the third string cornerbacks. And
I don't see any improvement to where they're going to be a threat where it's like, oh yeah, no, I need to take the Colts seriously. I can't do no. Chargers got this one. Aaron, what are you doing? I know Jason's taking the Chargers. What are you doing, Aaron?
Yeah, God, I wish the Colts secondary was intact because I want to take them. But
Just take them. Take them.
No, let's go to Chargers. I can't. I mean, the offense is on fire right now. You take one quarter, and they just completely decimated their opposition for 7 out of 8 quarters this year.
We scored 21 points, 2 straight halves.
You know the Chargers have scored the second most points in the league.
Yeah, it's been the Chargers are on fire, except for one quarter where everything just fucking went to shit.
I think people are going to forget about that quarter in about 4 games.
We'll see.
All right.
All right, next.
All right, last game. Falcons at Saints, the Monday night game.
Falcons at Saints in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the home team just because it's at home.
And because you love to pick the Saints. Let's be
And
real.
I fucking hate Devontae Freeman. Fuck that
Yeah.
guy.
Because you're trying to get some anger going so that you can trade him away.
I am also going Saints. Go ahead and pick the Falcons, Aaron.
God damn it. No, I have to pick the Saints in this one.
Oh, jeez. How am I supposed to catch up with you if you keep picking my picks?
Switch me to the Vikings.
Did you?
No, I'm saying it right now. Switch me to the Vikings. That'll be my that's
All
me
right.
going off the reservation this week.
Switch him, Tarnell. You heard it.
All right. So that's going off the reservation, and then but you're picking the Saints?
Yeah, I'm picking the
That
Saints.
was a dumb fucking
Wow.
pick, but way to go.
Maybe.
We have so
Adrian
many.
Peterson's not even playing, you dumbass.
Texans were all the same.
Adrian Peterson hasn't even played when he's been playing, so I don't know that I care that much about that. I mean,
Stephon Diggs is the truth, though. I'm telling you, Stephon Diggs is a badass.
Oh, I noticed that. He was the difference in that damn game.
Stephon Diggs is a badass. Their defense is fucking legit. It's hard to do.
Did you want to switch any of the games out with these other games? Because there's also there's also the Rams at Bucks. There's the Ravens at Jaguars, Browns at Dolphins, which almost because it's such 2 shitty teams. I'm wondering what the hell that would be. The Redskins at Giants and Raiders at Titans. I feel like we got good teams in there, but if you guys,
I like the Baltimore-Jacksonville game is an even spread, so I think that could be a good switch if you wanted to switch one.
Yeah, I like that too, and I think the Rams game could be interesting too.
Baltimore at Jacksonville.
All right, you guys talk it over. I gotta take a piss because I'm about to die. I will be right back.
Which one are we gonna swap out though?
Let's swap out the. Well, who did everyone pick?
I'll look at the ones that we were different on.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the ones that we have the same. We were the same on Chargers at Colts, same on Falcons at Saints, and same on Texans at Patriots.
Why don't we take out Falcons at Saints?
All right, and then replace that with
Baltimore, Jacksonville.
I like it.
Even. I've never hardly ever do you see an even spread on a game. Pretty good.
All right.
And I have no idea who I'm picking.
I know who I'm picking.
God. I think
I'm picking Jags.
Yeah. I was actually kind of going that way too.
So catch me back up. We're doing the Jags Ravens.
We took out Falcons Saints. We put in Ravens at Jaguars. I took the Jaguars. Toad said he was leaning towards Jaguars. Is that where you're going?
Yeah, I'm going Jacksonville.
All right. So we got the Jaguars.
Blake Bortles is the truth, man. I like that guy.
Me too. It's in Jacksonville.
Pick Baltimore. We have to find a new game.
Right.
I'm leaning towards Baltimore, but I don't know if that's just because I'm trying to be fucking different. Like, I see that
they're
one
2-0.
pretty evenly
Their first
matched.
place. It's a great pick.
Nah, I have to go Jacksonville. I said it's just leave the initial 8 where they were. Let's roll with it.
Oh, God damn it.
Baltimore has revived Mike Wallace in that offense.
They sure the fuck did.
Yeah, that's true. Dennis Pitta. They got Joe Flacco. He's the lead again.
You know, Mike Wallace has the most receiving touchdowns in the NFL right now.
That I did not know.
I picked him up in my big league last week on a flyer and started him in the flex, and I was so pissed off to see the first half. It was 20-2. Cleveland was leading. Somehow it was 20-2 halftime, and then Baltimore just came back. Wallace got 2 touchdowns in the second half. So whether they're going to be leading in games or coming back or coming from behind, Mike Wallace is going to be a big part. I can't believe.
Yeah, but let's not gloss over the fact that they were down 20-2 against the Browns.
Right, but if all games ended at halftime, the Chargers would be undefeated. So.
Well, yeah, but they don't. But I'm just saying.
I just thought it was kind of crazy you guys unanimously picked Jacksonville. I mean, Baltimore is a kind of underrated team. Not a lot of talent. Not a lot of people are talking about, and especially fantasy-wise too.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they won, but I mean, we're playing a game here. And
he wants to be like me. It's okay. Aaron likes what I pick. That's why I try to have him go first.
Take it easy. 1-7.
All right, we keeping it that way? We're good?
Yeah, well, otherwise we gotta go.
If we agree, lock them in.
Because here's the thing, we don't do that. It's like we gotta go to some shit like Browns Dolphins, which I actually like that just because they're both dumpster fires. But
actually, yeah, that'd be a good one to pick. I mean,
yeah, throw it in as a wild card or something. Yeah, go for it.
We need a tiebreaker because Aaron keeps picking my picks. So
we all picking the Dolphins?
Wait,
I am bigger than Dolphins. I know.
Yeah. So,
guys?
McCown's hurt, and they got Charlie Whitehurst. Clipboard Jesus takes them to the win. I don't know about all that.
Footboard Jesus. That's the funniest thing I've heard.
What about the Rams in Tampa Bay?
Now, that one could be interesting because that could really go either way.
Yeah.
I would actually pick Rams in that game.
At Tampa Bay?
At Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay they have a quarterback.
You know what? That'll be the tiebreaker if we need something. I don't know if we need a tiebreaker. It's week 2, but
it's week 3.
Week 3, yeah.
Let's learn to count. I would take the Buccaneers in that one again. They had an off game, but I like the Buccaneers this year.
I would take the Bucs also, so we'll just do that.
All right.
And Toad likes the Rams because he loves L.A.
That's right. That's where the Chargers should be.
There you go.
You heard it here first, fellas.
I don't know what it is you just heard, but you heard it first.
But he said that the Chargers would be in LA.
So would you rather them be in LA?
Well, the owners are kind of forcing the hand there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. If they keep this up, maybe they'll get their vote in November.
They need
winning.
2/3 vote. They need 2/3 vote for the city of San
So they
Diego.
need to start beating ass by 2/3 of the points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, if they keep putting up games like last week, this could happen. They need to really put the fucking hammer down. Because I was watching Red Zone channel, and every time they cut over to the Chargers game, man, that stadium was empty.
Well,
Those entire section's completely absent.
think about us. 2/3 you two need to go ahead and vote for it because I can't. It's only San Diego residents, so
Yeah,
guys
and
out there and
we're
vote for it.
living out here in El Cajon, so how about you go fuck yourself?
Oh, shit.
And LA. What part of it?
Everybody that lives in San Diego is too rich to care.
That's
They just
right.
don't care. They just don't care. It won't happen, but that's fine.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'll just remove the SD from my back and put an LA Charger on my tattoo, and we'll be good.
And the sound effects. We are a professional broadcast, folks.
That's right.
Unless you think we're just a bunch of drunk guys talking fantasy football on a Tuesday.
Either way, we're fine.
Either way, we're having a fiesta. So
That's right. Oh, man.
Goddamn right.
Tequila is fun.
It's a fiesta.
Tequila is.
That's our hashtag for this episode.
Yep.
Everybody tweet us. Hashtag tequila is fun.
Yes.
You're welcome. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us talking a little fantasy, talking a little football pick'em. That's week 3 in a nutshell. We'll watch this week, this Thursday and Sunday, and then see how everything pans out. And we'll be back here next Tuesday to go over week 3 and go into week 4. And so for Jason, Chris, and Aaron, I am Tarnell. This has been Fantasy Football Fiesta. We will see you guys next time. Peace.
Fiesta!
Más puto.